Distributive property of multiplication. The distributive property of multiplication says that a multiplication array can be divided into two smaller arrays. When you add the products of the arrays, they equal the product of the larger array. For example, in our first example, we have an array that is 3 by 5. We have 3 rows by 5 columns. This gives us 15 squares. Similarly, in our next set of arrays, we also have 15 squares. But we have 3 groups of 2 plus 3. Here we have 2 yellow squares plus 3 white squares. 2 yellow squares plus 3 white squares. 2 yellow squares plus 3 white squares. And in all, that gives us 15 squares. In our third example, we have set it up differently, but again, we have 15 squares. This time we have 2 arrays. We have an array that is 3 by 2, and we have an array that is 3 by 3. Again, there are 15 squares. Let's take a look at the next set of examples. In our first array, we have 2 rows by 6 columns. And in our next example, we have 1 yellow plus 5 white, and then another set of 1 yellow plus 5 white. So we have 2 sets of 1 plus 5. That is going to give us 12. So in our first example, we have 12, and in our second example, we have 12. And then in our last set of arrays, there are 2. Here we have 2 rows by 1, which is 2. And then here we have 2 rows by 5, which are 10. And again, that gives us 12. So this is different ways of setting up arrays that illustrate with manipulatives the distributive property. Write the expression shown by each illustration. For our first example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellows plus 2 whites. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of those. So our expression would be 5 times 5 plus 2, or 5 times the sum of 5 plus 2. In our next example, we have 2 arrays. We have an array that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tall, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide. And we're going to add that to this array, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tall, and 2 wide. To figure out how many blocks are yellow, I would multiply 5 times 5, and to figure out how many are white, I'd multiply 2 times 5. So my expression would be 5 times 5 plus 5 times 2. The last example is just one array. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tall, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wide. So my expression would just be 5 times 7. In our next example, we only have one array, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tall, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wide. To figure out how many squares we'd have, we do 6 times 9 for our expression. Now, in our next array, it is set up vertically, but that shouldn't fool us. We have 3 yellow plus 3 white. and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 groups. So we're going to multiply that by 9. So our expression would be 9 groups of 3 plus 3. So 9 groups times, or 9 times the sum of 3 plus 3. In the next example, we have 2 arrays. Our first array is 3 tall and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wide. And similarly, the bottom one is also 3 by 9. So our expression would be, and we're going to add these together, our expression would be 3 times 9 plus 3 times 9. You could also say the product of 3 times 9 plus the product of 3 times 9. Write the expression shown by each illustration, then find the product. We have one array. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tall, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wide. We would multiply them together, and the expression would be 7 times 8 equals 56. Here we have 2 arrays. We're going to end up adding them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tall, 1, 2, 3 wide. And the other array is also the same dimensions. We would multiply them together. So the expressions would be 5 times 3 plus 5 times 3, which would equal 60. Because 5 times 3 is 15, plus 5 times 3 is 15, and that equals 30. I said 60, but I meant to say 30. Sorry about that. In this example, we have 3 yellow plus 1 white, and we have 3 groups of that. So that's times 3. So our expression would be 3 groups of 3 plus 1, which equals 12. Because 3 plus 1 equals 4, and 3 times 4 equals 12. In this example, we have 1 plus 1, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of that. So we have 5 groups of 1 plus 1, and that equals 10, because we do what's in parentheses first. It's 2, and that equals 10. In this array, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus 1, and we have 2 groups. So our distributive property would be 2 times 10 plus 1 equals 22. Here we only have one array. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 tall, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wide. So our expression would be 4 times 10 equals 40.